Hi everyone. Thanks for attending. Hopefully the sun is shining where you are as well. I'm Brian Heppenstall, the Education and Careers Manager here at SAIM, and this is the first episode of our Inclusive Practice series, which goes on over the next month or two. As many working in the sector are aware, accessibility has been a bit of a problem for a while. And through Green Jobs for Nature and the partners that we're working with, we're aiming to increase the visibility of the roles, as well as in creating and encouraging the conditions needed for inclusion. One of the partners on the Green Jobs for Nature project is Speakers for Schools, and Jess from that organisation is joining us today to talk through work experience, which will be the first rung on the ladder for many people into the sector, as it was for me as well. So I'm going to hand over to Jess to talk us through the next 20 minutes on work experience and Speakers for Schools. Please add any questions you want to into the chat and we will answer them at the end. There are a couple of videos that's going to be shared. Hopefully there's no tech issues. We have tested it out a little bit. But yeah, please just let us know if you're having problems hearing or seeing anything that we're showing you. So Jess, take it away.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you. I'm just going to share my screen. Hopefully no tech issues my side either. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Hi everyone, I'm Jess. I'm part of the business development team at Speakers for Schools. My role is to engage with employers right across the UK. Our employers include government departments, large corporates and SMEs as well. So my aim is to support employers to engage with and inspire the next generation, whilst also building and diversifying talent pipelines through work experience. So this academic year, I've been working with Brian and Saeem, exploring ways we can work together to promote the sector to young people. I'm now, as Brian said, part of the Green Jobs for Nature ED&I steering group, and that partnership is what led to this webinar being organised today. So I'll be talking at you guys for a little bit. I won't be able to see the chat, so hopefully if there's some questions, I can get them at the end. But yeah, I thought it might be helpful to start off with some key challenges for your sector specifically. And I've discussed this quite a bit with Brian. But as we know, the environment sector is the second least diverse sector in the UK after agriculture. So less than 1 in 20 employees are from racial and ethnic minorities in the UK. So as you can see here, the average across all workplaces is 1 in 8. So there is quite a bit of work to do within this sector to try and improve diversity and inclusion within the workforce. Of course, having more diversity within workplaces in the sector means more diverse perspectives, fresh approaches to the growing challenges faced within the sector. There's also an identified skills gap within this sector, including both soft skills and knowledge and practical skills. These can all be addressed by employers who offer work experience. You can help the next generation be prepared and be work ready, meaning that you'll have young people coming to you and applying for jobs that are prepared and ready to go because you've supported by offering work experience. Speakers for Schools are here to support you to create meaningful programs. Some of you may already offer work experience in one form or another. Others may not be too sure where to start, but we can support you no matter what stage of that journey you're on. As we go through the webinar, I will detail the ways we can support you to create meaningful programs that are both appealing to young people, but also help you meet your own goals in a measurable way. So to kick us off, I think it's probably helpful just to introduce the charity a little bit more. Most people have heard of us, but maybe don't know the full extent of our programs. So Speakers for Schools, we are the UK's leading social mobility charity. We're on a mission to help state-educated students right across the nation reach their potential by providing both work experience placements and inspirational talks. So we were started by Robert Peston back in 2010. When he first started it, we were we were a network of speakers that got together and were keen to inspire the next generation. And from there, over the last 15 years, we've grown to develop lots of different programs that we run. And actually, next week, we're celebrating our 15th year anniversary at a big event in London. But our ethos is basically to level the educational playing field by giving all young people the same access to opportunities. We work with state schools and colleges, and we offer talks. So our inspirational talks to any students aged 11 to 19, and our work experience placements to any students 14 to 19. Any employer that we work with or speaker that we work with can choose a more restricted age group than that, but they're our broad spectrum, 11 to 19 for our speaker network, 14 to 19 for our work experience. And our ambition by 2028 is that all young people in state schools and colleges will have access to high quality multi-day work experience. We want all young people to benefit from those rich experiences of workplaces and have the opportunity to build networks with potential future employers, which we know is not something that is happening now. And yeah, so that's the aims. So just to give you a little bit more information about the different programs that we have. So as I touched on, our first program is our inspiration program. That's our network. We've got about 1,600 high profile speakers right across the UK. Speakers generally are CEOs, board members, or founders of organizations, someone who's done something notable in their career and maybe has overcome some barriers that can give up an hour and go into a school and deliver a talk to students to inspire the next generation. So most of those talks are face-to-face, where they're matched with a school local to them. But they also do live broadcasts, and those broadcasts are recorded and then available on our website in our talks library. So the reach and the amount of students you can be getting your message across to for those sort of talks is quite high. Our inspiration team now also run what we call industry spotlight talks, which are sector-specific panel events where you're broadcasting live to students from multiple schools at once to help demystify careers and career pathways. And that might be something that you guys might be interested in getting involved with and running. We could get people from different employers within the sector all on a panel talking about careers. We also have a national teen book club. It's another one of our main programs. It's a virtual program delivered live to schools where students get to meet authors, publishers, learn about careers, as well as building up their literacy and communication skills. And then finally, the main one that I'm here to talk to you about today is our work experience program. As you can see here, we work with schools and colleges right across the UK that employers can tap into if they're going to offer a virtual opportunity, and over 350 partner employers. Yeah. So getting into our work experience program, I think it would be good to just quickly, Brian, could you share that video if I stop sharing that first video?
Absolutely. So I'm just going to share. You'll see instantly that I listen to a lot of movie themes when I'm watching YouTube. So just send a request to share this. There is an advert playing, so just wait for that. So carry on. Can you hear that? Okay.
No.
No. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, just bear with me.
No problem. I was going to have technical glitches myself, so.
option to share sound is now not allowing me to share the sound. So I don't think this is going to work.
Okay.
Sorry, just let me try one more time. But it's I'll try and share my video because that was different. So, no, sorry, it's not working for some reason.
That's fine. No worries. We can share the videos after, I'm sure, if people want
Yeah.
to have a look at those. I'll just share my slides again. Right, can everyone see that again?
Yeah, that's working.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So what you would have seen on the video and what you could see on the slide is that 66% of students aged 16 to 18 currently leave school without any work experience at all. Depending on where you grow up, what connections you have, are both significant factors on whether or not you get access to work experience. Employers often tell me that they can offer work experience or they do offer work experience, but it's to children of staff or through family connections, or they offer placements. But most of the applicants are from students from independent schools who may already be well connected and well supported. So as you can see from what's on this slide, work experience can have a profound impact on students, improving employability and raising future salary. It's therefore vital that is offered fairly and to everyone, which is why we're here as a charity. We can support employers to offer a range of different work experience placements that can be face-to-face, virtual or hybrid placements. We can support you to deliver single day work experience placements, which we call insight days. They're usually 3 to 5 hours in length. You can do an 8-hour work experience placement over a day and a half, or you can do a 3 to 5 day work experience placement. So there's lots of different ways you can engage with students on work experience. For employers who are not sure where to start or have maybe challenges around time, we can provide additional services such as event coordination, where we're helping you plan your placement, write your adverts, sifting applications, coordinating the speakers. We can provide training on how to use our systems, content creation, hosting, and technical support. We can also provide employers with impact reports for any placements or programs that you run with us to show the impact you've made and demonstrate how you meet your CSR or your social value objectives. So I've just got a couple of slides here to demonstrate our reach and our impact. This year, this is some of our data actually from last academic year. So as you can see, our work experience program has a significant impact on students' key knowledge. So from things like understanding how employers recruit, the necessary skills and qualifications, roles, responsibilities, and where to find future opportunities to work within that organization, within that sector. You can see there's quite a shift from things like 17% before to 77% after. So it is having a real impact on the students' knowledge, which is key, particularly if there are knowledge gaps or challenges that a sector is facing around engaging the next generation of talent. So offering work experience can be a great way to really push more young people into your talent pipelines. And then just to show with our inspiration program, our face-to-face talks and virtual broadcasts, last year we reached over 183,000 students. The talks had a huge impact on students, with 8 in 10 young people agreeing after the talk that they can achieve whatever career they set their minds to. And the talks are also a great way of giving students an insight into careers and industries as well. So there's definitely something for employers to bear in mind as a way you can be reaching students at higher numbers of students. So just to consider some of the benefits now for employers of offering work experience. So we know that work experience boosts students' key knowledge about career pathways within organisations and sectors. and it can help you attract a sustainable talent pipeline. Given our reach, we can support employers to engage with more students from diverse backgrounds. We can also help employers target disadvantaged young people. So we have a dedicated education team who can support us to promote our experiences to schools. We can target high needs schools where there's a higher than national average proportion of free school meals. We're often funded by careers hubs and different groups that want us to support students in a specific area, and they always target the schools with higher than average free school meals, so that we're reaching those students that need it most. We can also add specific targeting measures on our portal. So when we add an advert for your work experience placement, we can tick certain demographic boxes and things like that to say they're priorities for you. And then we can filter applications by that. And we can also filter applications by need scores for students as well. If anyone's interested in finding out more about that, I can talk to you about that in a bit more detail. But we know there is an identified skills gap within your sector, and we can support you to deliver activities within your placement to help build those skills. So we always have a project running through a placement. So if it's a 3-day placement, for example, the students will be working on a project. They'll have breakout rooms and sessions and things that they'll be working on, and they'll get to present back their work and get feedback from the employer on the last day. And we can, like from the very first slide, we can focus on the project writing and those sort of skills in a project, so that we're building up those skills in preparation for them applying, hopefully, for jobs within your sector in the future. You can target your placements either nationally or regionally if you're offering virtual. And we can provide impact reports, which I've said before, as a measurable way to demonstrate CSR and social impact. So I think it's helpful to touch on some of the barriers that employers have with offering work experience. So some employers have struggled to offer face-to-face work experience due to security concerns, the need to have risk assessments in place, or maybe they've got staff working remotely and are not in the offices to deliver it. If you're offering virtual work experience, these barriers are removed. Staff who are working remotely can join a virtual work experience placement. DBS checks are not required for virtual programs that we run, as we have all the relevant safeguards in place to make sure there's no private information being shared between the staff running it and the students, and it's all following all of the guidelines. Virtual work experience can be highly impactful if it is effectively planned. So we ensure that we align with the Gatsby benchmarks, and we can support employers to ensure that it's impactful by making sure it's live, interactive, it's a clear timetable and some structured sessions. The students get to hear from different teams or departments, demystifying careers and pathways. The students get to participate in activities where they can build up their skills. Students, always do get involved in a project where they can get feedback. And we can also incorporate a workplace tour that is pre-recorded as a video. So most of it is live, but we can add that additional feature so they are getting to see the workplace even though it's virtual. And we'll get this shared afterwards because we're not able to do it now. But this video that I had here was really giving more of an understanding and showing you a bit more about how virtual placement works, just to so that you can kind of picture it. But we'll make sure that's shared afterwards. So in terms of the ways that you can work with us or the ways that we can support you, there's loads of ways to partner. If you are a larger organization and you already have your own work experience program, we can promote this on our website, which will help expand and diversify your applications. We can, like I said, we can target certain areas, we can target certain demographics, and we've got over 2,000 schools working, colleges working with us. So we can help you diversify applications. We don't charge any employer for putting that on our website. So if you do that, we're happy to help. If you'd like to run work experience but not sure where to start, we can support you to develop your own work experience program. You can use our portal to create adverts, and then you can filter applications based on your target criteria. And then if time is a challenge for you, that's when you can start thinking about potential a managed service with us, which is where you would be paying for us to provide additional services like the event coordination, hosting, content creation, impact reports, and things like that. So if you did want more help and you didn't have time, then we could have a chat and look at how we might be able to support you and bring up a package to support you. But one thing that I think is really worth discussing in this forum, and it's something that I've been talking to Brian and Saeem about, is you guys getting together and doing something together, something impactful. So we could have, we know there are challenges facing the sector, so why don't we all band together and deliver a sector-wide program? You could include an industry spotlight talk, where you've got a panel, a 1 hour talk, and then you could also do one or more work experience placements. It would be a way of sharing the workload, the time commitment, funding, and could be something to deliver that's sector wide. So that's something I'm just putting out there. If after today there are some of you who are interested in this, you can speak to Brian or myself and we can explore this further. But I just wanted to give you, coming towards the end now, but give you an idea of some of the employers that we are working with. These are some of our big names. However, we do also want to say we partner with SMEs, lots of SMEs. So if you're looking at this and you think, oh, this isn't for me, we work with smaller employers as well. We don't work with many employers within your sector. We work with the National Trust. They've got live placements on our website at the moment. And we do have ambassadors from the public sector that are linked to your sector. So we've got Natural England as an example, who have people that are ambassadors within their organisation that take part in other things that we're running. So sometimes we run multi-employer placements, and someone from that organisation might come and speak. Or if we're doing a funded project, they might come on to deliver an element of that. But we don't have employers other than the National Trust really working with us as an individual employer. So we've got a lot of work to do on our side to get this sector more involved and more active and more visible. So hopefully this session, and I realize it's a lot shorter than we maybe hoped. There's some videos to go in there, but we'll share them after. But hopefully this goes some way to demonstrating the benefits of work experience, whether you do that with us or whether you do that with somebody else or whether you do it yourself. It really can help you engage with the next generation and develop new talent. And yeah, there's lots of different support out there. So yeah, if there are any questions, I'm happy to stop sharing. But yeah, my email address is on there, and we'll share some more after, Brian, if that's okay.
Amazing. Thank you, Jess. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming and presenting that as well. We're going to be adding some Speakers for Schools information to the sign page that's currently titled Engaging Future Generations as well. So any links that Jess has mentioned there will be flagged on that web page too. I've shared the 2 video links, and my apologies for that. I worked in the trial beforehand but didn't work live. We'll have a look into that for next time, but the links are now in the chat and we can make sure those are shared afterwards as well. For anybody who's listening to this now or listening to a recording afterwards, we'd be interested in hearing from you if you wanted to talk more about the sector-wide approach and joining in on a sector-wide approach coordinated through SIAM on a work placement. I think it's really important that we provide experience for people within the sector to find out. I'm just looking, my colleague Lee is on the call. There's a Q&A option, so the chat isn't working, so you can ask any questions via the Q&A feature if you want to as well. So thank you, Lee, for that. So the recording will be available soon after this, so you can share it with your colleagues as well. This isn't going to be the end of our coordination with Speakers for Schools. They are a partner for the Green Jobs for Nature project, so this relationship will be ongoing as well. So there's no other questions at the moment, Jess. So thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Thanks for having
Obviously,
me.
you're welcome. And for those interested in more webinars on inclusive practice, our next one will be featuring Groundwork next week, talking about their inclusive recruitment guides. That's next Wednesday, the 5th of March at 12:30, and my colleague Lee will be hosting that one with them. But from me and Jess, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you.